So that's your first point of interest, which is previous day's regular trading hours settlement price. That's always going to be, as you can see here, at the 4:14 p.m. Eastern time on a 1-minute candlestick. Here we can see at 9:30 a.m. on the very next day, regular trading hours is going to only show the difference between where we settled the previous day at 4:14 p.m. to now the first opening price at 9:30 Eastern time. Again, all New York local time. So this here shows that we're opening higher than where we settled in regular trading hours, the previous trading day. 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, higher opening price in regular trading hours is classified as a premium opening range gap. The opening range gap is 120 handles or larger. Price could leave the gap unfilled. When you have a premium opening range gap, what you're doing is you're going to take your Fibonacci, and this is the fib settings. That way you guys can have it real quick reference point. You're going to take the fib and anchor it to the previous settlement price at regular trading hours at 4:14 on a 1-minute chart. You're going to drag the Fibonacci up to the opening price the next trading day at 9:30 Eastern time. And again, your chart should be toggled to regular trading hours. It should look like this in the lower right hand corner when you're on that 1-minute chart. These are the settings that have to be toggled. And if your numbers don't look like this, all you have to do is just double tap inside of every individual gray box and type in what you see mine is showing here. Now, obviously, when you have a large gap like this, which is a couple hundred handles between the previous day's regular trading hour settlement at 4:14 p.m. to the opening price at 9:30 Eastern time the following day, with such a large gap like that, the rules I employ is that it's probably going to keep going in the direction of an extreme gap like that. And if it ever, it may not even do this much, but if it ever does trade below that low, usually it's going to stop around the upper quadrant. And you can see that here. Okay, so 25% of the opening range gap is usually what you'll see traded there. And I actually gave you this earlier in the week with the lecture. The very first lecture outlined it, and then I traded with that same logic that evening going into the midnight opening range, which allowed me to segue into that smart money concept. When there's a large gap like this, okay, 120 handles is a good ballpark number where it could potentially keep the gap unfilled, meaning that it doesn't come all the way back down to the previous day's settlement price. But it will eventually, at a later time, do that very thing. Now, if you are seeing the market trade higher as we go into an economic report on the calendar, this could usually be kind of like pumping the market up higher, and then at a later time in the same week or the very next day, it can trade down into that level here and maybe go into the middle of the gap, which is consequent encroachment. This is that 50% level here. Eventually, price will want to rebalance all of this here because it's inefficient, because there's no price at all, zero. So this is an actual liquidity void. It's not a buy sign, a bounce, sell sign, and efficiency. It's an actual liquidity void. It's an actual void because there's no trading, buying or selling between the price of this closing price and where we opened at 9:30 using regular trading hours. Now, obviously, when we start trading at 6 p.m., unless this is a Friday, which it's not because you can see it says Monday, at Monday Eastern time at 6 p.m., the market will open up. And then whatever it does between then and 9:30, that's shown in electronic hours. We don't need to see that here because the opening range gap is defined by regular trading hours only. As soon as you start showing electronic trading hours, what you're looking at there is new day opening gaps and or new week opening gaps. So just make sure you know in your notes, if you're looking at your time reference in the lower right hand corner, Regular trading hours is always going to denote what the opening range gap is going to be, if there is a gap. If it's showing electronic trading hours, ETH, then it's going to give you the information that we derive for new day opening gaps and or new week opening gaps. Okay. Obviously, when the market shows a lower gap opening using the same parameters at 4:14 p.m. and we open down 9:30 Eastern time the following day, again using the regular trading hours, this lower gap opening, when we have that at 9:30 Eastern, if that lower opening price in regular trading hours is appearing, then that is classified as a discount opening range gap. If it's this large, again, we have several hundred handles, the 25% of the opening range gap or lower quadrant here, that would be your target, if at all. It may not even trade back to the high or even go back into the opening range gap. So we would use the rules as I outlined when it was a premium open gap.